welcome to Manly Monday Live, man. It's good to see everybody. Oh, I'm not hearing myself. Why am I not hearing myself? I don't know. Can everybody hear me? We'll find out. If you're joining us tonight, I have no idea why my sound is weird. Nope, that's not it. What in the world happened to all my audio, guys? I have no idea. I cannot hear myself at all. I can't hear my sound. You hear me? Okay, well, at least somebody hears me. I don't hear myself, and I don't know what is up with that. I keep trying to do smart things, guys, and it just goes badly. And it looks like my internet is fluctuating at best. So we'll see how tonight goes. I don't know, no promises. But guys, don't let that get you down. I am really excited about tonight's show. We got a lot going on tonight, and I am way behind on putting most of it together, but that's okay. We will get it figured out. Guys, I'm so super psyched right now because there are so many cool things coming up for the Fallible Man that I'm just incredibly excited about, and I am so glad that you're here tonight. On tonight's show, guys, the replay, if you're watching that, we're going to talk about handshakes, giving your word, contracts, agreements, and the dying art of integrity. More importantly, we need to come back to a place in our lives as men and women where integrity is more than a bad punchline, guys. Be sure to jump into the chat. If you're on the live stream, let us know where you're coming from. Put a QQ in front of your question as the bottom of the screen says right now. If you have questions, and we will catch those in the later. Hey, Cam, good to see you. We'll answer questions later in the show during the Q&A portion, as well as all the other fun guys. I may have to distract myself a little bit here to get things right because my brain is not working, apparently. Maybe I'm having a kind of moment. I don't know. But, wow, everything is not working. Wait a second. Just a second. Where are things? Oh, don't worry. If you lost me, I'm still here. I just did a kind of moment, and all my tricks aren't working tonight. Q squared? Yes, Q squared, Dave. That is right. We are on a Q squared kind of adventure tonight. Guys, you're in for a show. I've got a whole lot of stuff going on. So put your QQ questions in the chat, and we will catch you in the Q&A portion as well as we're going through the show, guys. Also, if you want to jump on the air live during the Q&A portion and ask questions on air, guys, I love interacting with you. I love having you on the show. So you can do that as well. There is a link, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't matter, that you can go to and sign a little form. This is purely for your protection, guys, because I don't want you putting your email addresses in the chat. That would just be unsafe. So I'm the only one who sees those, but that way you can let me know if you want to jump on live later like we've had Oliver do before. And guys, enough mess. I guess let's get on with the show, shall we? Now, I'm having some real interesting sound glitches tonight. Did y'all just hear clapping? Because I didn't hear clapping. My goodness, I don't know what's going on with my board. monkey@monkey.com. Really? That's what friends are for. Guys, I'm so excited. Hey, before I actually dig into tonight's specific show, I want to tell you guys about an incredible event coming up that I am so psyched for. At the end of the month, the last Manly Monday of this month, I'm having a special guest, Alan Smith, on. Alan Smith is the executive director for a program, and I just went blank on what program that is. Wow. I tell you what, Alan Smith wrote this book. I'm interviewing for the podcast later this month. He will be on the last podcast of the month as well. But guys, he works for an organization called, thank you. My wife is clicking in where my brain doesn't work. He works as the executive director for a group called Saving Innocence. They are a child's sex trafficking advocacy group. They work with children who've been stuck in sex trafficking. And he's going to spend some time answering your questions, guys, so you can possibly be more educated about human trafficking and sex trafficking in particular. So you can recognize signs, so you can help people, so you can know what to watch out for for the protection of your own family and so that you can protect other people, because it's time for us as men to stand up and say enough is enough. Human trafficking is not okay. Sex trafficking is not okay. We will not stand for it. We will not tolerate it. And guys, I can get really livid about this really quick, but I am so excited to have Alan coming on later this month. You are not going to want to miss that. Share that with your friends. Share that out. We need to get as many people on here as possible, guys, because right here in the United States, the amount of human trafficking and sex trafficking happening every day is absurd. This should not be happening in a fully developed nation. And I am horrified that it happens every day here in the United States at thousands and thousands of people a day. We need to put a stop to this. So come learn about that, guys. I know it's all of us got questions. Okay. And so we're going to have a great open conversation with Alan to help us recognize, look for signs so we can help people who are caught in these horrible situations. Minorities are especially at risk, and men, it's time for us to step up and do something about it. All right. Enough is enough. I also have an exclusive shirt, a water bottle, got to think, and coffee mug on the site as of this morning. That is going to be a charity give. I'm selling them on our website. They will stay up on our website. Any profits I make off those three items goes directly to saving innocence. I'm not taking a profit on any of them. I'm selling them purely to raise money for saving innocence, because it's time to stop this nonsense. No more human trafficking, no more sex trafficking. Sorry, that is the commercial for the end of the week, guys. I am really, really excited about having Alan on and about sharing this with you guys. I am reading this book, and it is at times really difficult to read because he works with a lot of survivors of sex trafficking. And I got two little girls, guys, you know that. And I'm horrified, just horrified at the amount of sex trafficking of children still going on in this country every single day. So it's time for us to plant our flags, decide we're going to do something about it. We're not going to tolerate it anymore, because that's the kind of people that watch this show. That's the kind of people you are. I know that, or you wouldn't be involved. So if you want to donate, there's that on the website, guys. And now we'll get into the show. Sorry, that's a long intro, but I'm just super, super excited to share this with you guys. It is incredible and going to be an awesome thing. Now, hey, shout out in the comments. Tell us where you're coming in from. I see people coming and going. This thing tells me weird things. I'm not even sure who's here from what place. I know some of you are here from Facebook. Some of you are here from YouTube. But wherever you are joining us from, shout out in the comments. Be sure to join the conversation. It makes this show so much better when I get to hang out with you guys and talk to you and get your opinions on things. I love that part of the show. That is the whole reason why I do live streams, is it lets me interact with the community that I'm trying to build here. And I love you guys for being here. So, integrity. Long intro. I know. Integrity is not a popular subject these days, and I don't know what. You'd think I had some coffee today. Do I sound excited tonight? Shameless merchandise plugging. Do I sound excited tonight, guys? Because I am. I am so excited because I get to talk about John Wayne. Why? Because I love John Wayne. I grew up watching John Wayne. Tell you a great story. I went into Sportsman's Warehouse for the first time ever years ago. I had never been in one before. I had heard about him, but I walked in and there was this giant 4-foot tall leather matted picture of John Wayne with a rifle. And I went, I am in the right store, because it's the Duke. You can't go wrong starting off with the Duke. So shout out in the comments. Tell us who's actually a fan of the Duke. Am I the only John Wayne fan in here? I grew up on ideals that are just not as prevalent as they used to be, but I think they should be. I don't think they're old. I don't think they're antiquated. In fact, I think they are more important now than probably ever in history, guys. I grew up on the idea that if you gave your word, you kept your word. And that doesn't seem to be as prevalent in society anymore, but that's not the only thing. But one of the things I loved about John Wayne was, if John Wayne gave his word, no matter the odds, he was good, even to the death. John Wayne was going to die or succeed. That was the option. Now, I get it. He's a movie character. Mary Michael Morrison was a pretty interesting guy, but he is a movie character. I understand that it's not real life, but we idolize movie stars and sports characters. So I chose to idolize a movie character that was actually legitimately just the man. Like, seriously. So John Wayne would die trying, or he'd get it done. Clint Eastwood, amazingly, two of the most famous Western actors ever, were never in the same movie. Don't know how that worked, but Clint Eastwood's characters were usually the same. Clint Eastwood's characters were a little different than John Wayne's, more the strong silence type, whereas John Wayne was a bit of a smart aleck, which I kind of loved him for. But both men, both characters, all the characters they played, if they gave their word, it was it. If they shook your hand, man, that was solid gold. In fact, it really hasn't been that long in our history since a handshake was just that was a contract. That was a legally binding contract. It has been for generations, and it's only in recent history that has actually changed, where it's not necessarily a legally binding contract. In some states, it actually still is, just because they haven't removed the laws yet, which is very cool. But a handshake was more valuable, more binding than any piece of paper. There is something incredible about living the life of integrity. It sets you apart. Now, guys, tell me, do you think integrity is an outdated concept? What do you guys think? Is this just too old of a concept? Hey, welcome if you're joining us tonight. We're talking about the importance of integrity and why you should enact it in your life, why you should value it. Stick around, we're digging into it. We're just getting started. Do you think that the idea of your word is your bond, right? A man of your word, that's an outdated concept? Or do you think that it has its place in this world right now? Like I said, I'm of the opinion that it's critical right now. It's more important now that we get back to that kind of world than it ever has been before. But there are a lot of people who think I'm a little nuts. Now, I pulled up the definition of integrity because I wanted to make sure we all had a good understanding of this. So if you are not familiar with the definition of integrity, the definition of integrity is this: a steadfast adherence to a strict moral or ethical code, the state of being wholesome and unimpaired. Now, I would add in that pursuit, because it's not the state of being, this is referring more to a building or design, the state of being wholesome, unimpaired, but it also applies to people. The state of being wholesome. Now, wholesome being translated slightly different here, but it's being unimpaired. Now, I think that this is important. It doesn't say what your strict moral or ethical code is, right? Integrity doesn't define that. At least the definition doesn't actually define what that moral or ethical code is. However, it does give us somewhere to start measuring from. Now, we've heard integrity tossed around a lot, and guys, integrity has been soiled to just an extreme. I used to think it was really great that a lot of our branches of government and our law enforcement agencies all had integrity as part of their, what's the word? Part of their code, right? I thought that was incredible. I thought that was important. And the older I get, the less impressed I am with that fact, because let's face it, our government is always not always the shining example of integrity. Oh, Shirley's going to jump in here and share. It should be taught and given example more by us and show our children. Your word is your bond. I absolutely agree with you on this, Shirley. 100%. I think this is incredibly important that we teach our children and future generations that. But there are a lot of people who just have lost that, right? It's become a punchline. Every branch of the military has integrity as part of their code of ethics. Every branch of law enforcement includes integrity in their little spiel code around their, my brain is just not working, guys, tonight. I'm sorry. Around their logo, right? Their crest. Integrity is always brought up in that. Sarah's pointing out a handshake agreement can actually still be binding, legally binding in some states, not in all. But you are absolutely correct. In some states, it is still there on the books. But our lack of faith in our law enforcement agencies, not unwarranted necessarily. Okay. And let me make this really clear. Okay. I love law enforcement. I'm a big supporter of law enforcement. I have a lot of friends in law enforcement. There are a lot of good men and women out there still upholding the law and trying to protect our freedoms and care for us and volunteer in the community. And I love them. God bless them for it. We support the blue here at the Fallible Man. And if that's not your thing, I understand if you want to leave, that's your prerogative. But that is something that we are adamant about here. But just like with anything else, there are bad apples in some of those, right? I've known a lot of military people. Most military people are amazing, but there are some bad apples in there. Likewise, anything where you have a large group of people, there are some bad apples, and we're quick to judge people because of that entire group sometimes. That is actually part of why the Fallible Man's here, guys, right? We're here because we believe that men as a whole are being judged based on the very worst men in society. And I don't think that's right. And I want to restore faith and hope in men and encourage them at this time when they are being attacked for things other people do. Likewise, I feel the same way about law enforcement. There's a lot of great law enforcement, but a lot of them are being judged based on some bad characters and bad actors. That's just what happens when you add a lot of people. So we have a distaste for the word integrity because it's been kind of soiled. But you know what? You can't soil truth. Just because somebody chooses not to live that way, chooses not to honor that life, that word, that ideal, doesn't take away from the fact that it's important still. So, guys, let me toss in here. I don't think I made a banner for it, Sarah. If you want to throw it up there, we're going to go hashtag stickers. I'm going to give away more stickers tonight. Oh, hey, look at that. Sarah's all over it. So we're going to give away hashtag stickers a little bit later in the show, guys. If you're interested in that, if you won last week, I am getting those out to you. I apologize. I haven't gotten them in the mail yet, but they will be on their way tomorrow morning. I'll put that order in. But if you want to win hashtag stickers, guys, we'll hook you up. I got a nice sticker pack over on the website. It's got like 5 different stickers on it. And you can be totally Fallible Man branded, including Manly Monday and our podcast. So we'll give those away a little bit later. Now, there are those who think my belief is extreme, but I believe that it applies to every aspect of your life. While I've not always succeeded in acting with integrity, and I'm the first person to go, hey, I'm not perfect. Thus, my brand is the Fallible Man, because I know I'm not perfect, guys. But while I haven't always succeeded in acting with integrity, it's something I strive for every single day. It's something that I'm trying to achieve in my life. Now, the great thing about integrity is, hey, you get lots of practice. Like, integrity is something you can practice with every decision. So if you blow it once, it's like a diet, right? If you're on a diet, everybody's like, oh, I ate one bad thing today, so I blew my diet for the entire day. That is not true. Okay. Just because you were off a little bit, it is not true that you blew your diet for the entire day just because you had, a little more at lunch than you should have, or something you shouldn't have at lunch or at dinner. That doesn't blow your entire day. Likewise, integrity works the same, guys. You get chances multiple times a day, every single day, to practice integrity with every choice you make. Now, that may sound extreme. That may sound a little much, but it's true. You get to try it every single moment of every single day. Every time you make a choice, you have the option. What am I going to do? Am I going to do the right thing? Am I going to make the right choice? And you can apply it to every aspect of your life. You can apply it to your diet. You can apply it to parking in the parking lot, guys. Right? Who else hates bad drivers in the parking lot? And everybody but you is a bad driver in the parking lot, right? Isn't that the way we feel most of the time? Everybody driving on the road or everybody in the parking lot doesn't know how to drive except for me. Am I the only one who feels that way? Oh, you guys must be saints. Like road rage, right? Parking lot rage. I had some idiot try and turn across from the inside lane through me into a business the other day with my whole family in the car. Man, I lost it. But I guess I'm the only one. So, hey, if you're not a rage head, more power to you. I'm glad you aren't. But guys, you get a chance every single day. Now, Shirley already started us off. So tell me in the comment section, guys, whether you're in the chat live right now or in the replay, what is integrity to you? Someone define it for you. Because while there is a dictionary definition, there is also what it truly means to you. For example, I was actually explained one time, the simplest and clearest explanation I got at one point in my life was explained to me like this: integrity is doing the right thing no matter who will or won't ever know, simply because you know. Now, that is knowledge I'm trying to teach my children. That is knowledge that I'm trying to live by. And maybe that's an oversimplification, but integrity is about doing it the right thing because it's the right thing. Now, I know that's not glorious. I know that's not exciting. You're probably not going to win any great recognition or awards for it, but I promise you, if you act with integrity, it will set you apart from the people around you in your life who don't act that way. We're getting a couple of feedbacks. Let's see what you guys have to say. Where is my stuff? There we are. Integrity is being honest in all things, no matter what the consequences. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. What does Jared say? Does it stand the test of time? That's integrity. I would agree. That is one form of looking the way integrity is. But you are right. Does that decision stand the test of time? Is it going to be the right decision tomorrow? Will it have been the right decision 6 months from now? Does that decision stand the test of time? I think that's where you're going with that. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It's nice to see you, by the way, Jared. Missed you. Haven't seen you lately. Haven't talked to you recently. We'll have to fix that. But what it looks like every day is very simple still, right? You can practice it every day. And I actually intended this to be a much shorter show than this. So let me see if I can speed this up, guys. Let me share with you a couple really practical examples for you to jump into. And hey, if you're joining us, welcome to the show, guys. We're talking about the importance of integrity. If you got questions, you can put a QQ in the chat. Be sure and join the chat. Let us know where you're joining from. And if you want to join live, we've got a link below the video you're watching, and you can join live on air during the Q&A portion. And once we hit Q&A, we all know that anything goes when asking in the Fallible Man arsenal of things we talk about here. Anything man, father, husband, we covered all, guys. Hashtag stickers. If you want to be entered in the drawing, you do have to be present to win. And we keep going. So examples of everyday uses of integrity, right? A handshake still constitutes an agreement. I still very much believe that. If I shake your hand on something, we've got a deal. That's the way I live my life. Whether you live that way or not, that's entirely up to you. But that is the way I approach my life. Be where you said, are committed to be when you said to be there. All of you guys who know me know I am just a time OCD individual. Like time is money, man. I am all about being on time every time. In fact, I've got to be early because I'm actually slightly obsessive about it. But guys, integrity is being where you say you're going to be or where you committed to being when you said you were going to be there, regardless of if it's still convenient for you. Showing up because you said you would show up. Doing what you said, even if it seems silly, or I'm going to throw in there, even if it's going to cost you more than you thought it was going to, even if it's going to be inconvenient for you, doing what you said because you said you would. That's integrity. Measure your words because you're bound by them, guys. It doesn't matter if you said, I promise. What you say is what you deliver on. That's just how it is. Now, you can also be really careful about choosing your actions because of what you say you believe. I see this all the time. We call this hypocrisy in the known world, right? All of us have been guilty of this at one point or another. Let's not pretend any of us are perfect on this one. But saying, I believe this, and then doing things that contradict that, that's not having integrity. Why is my soundboard not working? So frustrating. I still wanted to bat dance for you guys, but I feel really, really stupid doing the bat dance without my music. So you just got to pretend I've got music on tonight because we got to love the Batman. Come on, stand up wherever you are. Do the bat dance. Come on. Man, you guys are a hard crew tonight. You really are. It's because I didn't have the music, right? I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my soundboard. I'll get this figured out by next week. I promise. And we'll all bat dance together with tunes, a little thug life music and some bat dance. Makes for a great evening. Now, guys, I want you to take extraordinary measures to be good at your word to yourself and to others. One of those things we always forget about is part of having integrity is being good to your own word to yourself. You know what? When you tell yourself something, that's the same as promising yourself something. There is power in the words you use. So you also have to deal with yourself with integrity, not just other people. If you say, hey, I'm going to do this, get up and go do it. If you said, I'm going to go on a diet and lose some weight because I could use some loss, right? Then stick with it. That's being integral, having integrity towards yourself, guys. And that is just as valid as having integrity towards other people. You don't have to say the words, I promise, I give you my word. You don't even have to shake a hand or sign a contract. And you know, I love handshaking. Just because you said it, then do it. It's that simple, guys. In fact, I will go as far as saying, when it gets hard, you gave your word. When something comes up, you gave your word. You may not have said, I give you my word, or I promise, but you said you were going to do it. That's integrity. It's doing it anyways. Wouldn't the world be a crazy place if people did what they said and said what they mean? Like, that's some like straight up psycho nonsense, right? We're definitely getting into the loony bin with that one, right? Because people don't do that anymore and people don't seem to believe it anymore. And I don't understand where it went. When it's inconvenient, you gave your word. When you're tired, you gave your word. When it causes you trouble, it doesn't matter. You gave your word, guys. Integrity is that simple. We try to make things really complicated sometimes, but I assure you, it's not. Integrity is as simple as following up on what you say you're going to do and doing it. I don't know how we've fallen away from this concept in the world, and I'm very sad to see that we have fallen so far on that in this world. But integrity, if we can bring integrity back into our world, guys, if we can make it common again, right? If we can go back to the Duke giving his word and shaking hands, can you imagine what that will do to bring our world into a brighter place? Can you imagine personally what that does for you guys? To live a life of integrity will set you apart incredibly from all the people around you who choose not to live that way. You will become known as a person of your word. You will become known as someone who can be counted on, who can be trusted, who is trustworthy. It will help you at work. It will help you in your personal relationships. And you will become that guy that people know, hey, he said he's going to be here. He's going to be here. He said he's going to do this. He's going to do this. She said, hey, I've got your back on this. That kind of integrity makes you an incredible friend. It makes you an incredible romantic partner, whether you're married or in a relationship. It makes you valuable in that aspect. It makes you a valuable member of your community. It makes you a valuable member of your workforce, wherever you work, whatever you do. This centuries-old concept dates back beyond the Bible, guys. You can find that scripture in the Bible talking about the importance of integrity. but it goes back even farther than that. The concept of integrity is nothing new, but it still holds the value today that it did 1,000 years ago. I want you to stand out in the world and be a person of integrity. Sarah's right. We need to make having integrity a societal norm again. Having integrity, being able to expect integrity from those around you. We need to start this movement to bringing that back to where it is every day, every person. We need to teach our kids. We need to share our friends. We need to share it with the world around you, because you're here because you want to improve yourself. We start by improving self. By improving self, we're going to improve the world around us. Now, get your hashtag stickers in if you want to get your sticker on tonight, because it is time for our drawing. You guys are a quiet bunch tonight. So quiet. Hashtag sticker. Stickers. We'll see if I can spell that right, the tool. Let's see. We'll add this. Hey, look at that. Yay. Hashtag stickers. Hey, Cam. Awesome. We've got a couple people. This should make winning really easy for somebody. Let's see who we got. Going once, going twice. I don't know why my soundboard isn't making sounds, so we don't have an exciting drum roll. I apologize. Only 2 entries. Last chance. Going once, going twice. Here we go. Congratulations, Cam. Awesome. I know just how to get to those to you too. And I will be getting stickers ordered up tomorrow. I apologize to Shirley, who won last week. I haven't sent them yet. That's it's been a crazy week. My daughter was sick this last week. She is much better now. And we're grateful to God for that, despite the hospital being stupid. But she is much better now, but I've been very distracted this week. So thank you for your patience. I will get those out to you, Shirley, and to you, Cam, and headed your way tomorrow. Now, we are at the Q&A portion, guys, but I haven't seen any questions. I got this cool new feature where I can actually like single out questions and put them so I don't forget about them or lose them in the chat. And I haven't gotten to use it yet because you guys are all so quiet. If we don't have any question, guys, I know I ran about this at the question of the show. Yes, I asked that already. Guys, I know I ran it about at the beginning of the show, but if you missed it at the beginning of the show, we are doing a special live stream the last week of this month with a group called Saving Innocence. They are a child's sex trade survivor advocacy. That's a lot of mouthful. They help kids who have been sex trafficked, guys. They work on behalf of them, and they have a powerful reach. They've actually worked with the LA Rams in California, because they're based out of California, to bring awareness and help that group bring awareness to their fans. I am so excited. Please, please, please invite your friends. Tell them about the show at the end of the month, guys. Last Monday of this month, we will have Alan Smith from Surviving Innocence, who is going to tell us as men how we, and women, how we can recognize people, victims of sex trafficking, how we can look for things that are signs, how we can protect our kids better and our families. Guys, this is a really important show. I know we're just a little group here at Manly Monday and the Fallible Man, but we believe in trying to impact lives. It is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month this month, if you were not aware. So please, please, please make plans, share it out, join us for that show at the end of the month. I promise I'll even make good giveaways, and I'll give away one of my custom beanies or something, maybe 2. Tell people, let them know. Let's end this horrible things. Guys, thank you for hanging out tonight. Thanks for being here. I always love seeing you. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll see you on the next one.